Hello, Gemini. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Gemini is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Gemini, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Ooh, Three of Cups, real nice. Abundance, love, right? You're somebody who loves to love. I think that you love to have, intimate relationships with people. And I'm not just talking romance. Come on now. That kind of bond with people. You love to get to know people on a personal way. You love to make those deeper spiritual, emotional connections with people and with the world around you. I feel like right now your heart is very full. And I almost wonder if you're kind of, looking for the other Three of Cups, right? That you've got this, just this abundance of love energy, right? You've got this Three of Cups in you. Maybe we're looking for the Three of Cups out in the world that then obviously would create the Six of Cups, right? We get that kind of, that experience, that sense of community, that sense of harmony and resonance. You might be looking for your, I don't like to say it like this, but your other half, right? I don't believe that we are fragmented souls or anything like that. I believe that we are complete spiritual beings, complete individuals. We are whole in ourselves. But I feel like when we find the right thing or person, we find our other Three of Cups in life. I feel like uniting with that, we create something better, bigger, more transcendent than what we could possibly do on our own. We're still completely autonomous and sovereign individuals. We're not broken souls or anything like that. But when we match up with the right energy, it is something out of this world, right? It is like very transcendent. And so I wonder if right now you're kind of in that place where you're feeling this swell of creative energy and you're looking for that other thing. You're looking for, that partnership, that togetherness, that sense of community. Maybe you're looking for your purpose in life. Maybe you've already found it. Maybe it's just a matter of getting further along the path, right? I feel like you're somebody that really takes care of your people. I feel like you cherish your loved ones. I feel like they know that you do. I feel that very often you tell people that you love them. I feel like you're someone that says thank you a lot, right? Not because it's kind of reflexive, but because it is authentic, because you feel it, because you're grateful for what people do, for who they are, not just for what they do, but for who they are and how they are. Right? Because I feel like, Gemini, you've got a really deep understanding of what it means to live in this world, in this manifested, this strange, strange place in which we live, where I am behind this set of eyes and everything else is out there beyond me, right? So who are we if there is no environment for us to be in? If I was just in the dark vacuum of space, right, would I even exist? Would I even be a person, I don't know, with physics or anything, if that's true, but I feel, in that way, that the context of our life is just as important as the focus, right? Our environment, our field of experience is just as important, if not more important, than our consciousness looking out from this set of eyes, right? Or hearing from this set of ears or whatever. And so I think that you're very appreciative of your environment, and you're very kind of picky, right? I feel like when you were a kid, you were a picky eater, you know? I feel like you're also somebody that when you were a kid, you would separate the food on your plate. You like to have everything kind of, you didn't want your mashed potatoes and your peas touching, you know? I'm a little bit like that, I guess. Not really, it's sort of. There are some people that mix all their food into one kind of gray mass of food and then eat it. I don't think that's you. I think you like to taste things for what they are. When I'm eating the peas, I want to savor the peas. I want to appreciate the peas. When I go to the mashed potatoes, I want to do mashed potatoes. Maybe we'll get a little creative and we'll put a couple peas in the mashed potatoes and do it that way. But mixing everything together in the bowl like that, no. Soups, maybe stews. I don't know if that's your thing, but it seems like you like to see things and feel things and experience things in that very kind of one-on-one intimate way. You want to sit down and read a book, and you're gonna think about that book. You're going to immerse yourself in that experience. The same with people. The same with relationships and your work, your creative work, with movies, with food, with all these things, with art. I think you really do enjoy that sort of thing. And that sort of thing is, I guess that would be sensuality, right? I think you're a very sensual person. Let me put some more cards down before I get myself in trouble here. So we've got now a Prince of Cups. This could be a Scorpio person in your life. It could be representing someone that you might be interested in. Okay? And I don't know if that's in a romantic way, a creative way. It feels, well, maybe it's romantic. All right. But I feel like this is a person that is, it's kind of like this is a person that we're really trying to vet. Because on the outside, all water. On the outside, it seems like they're really receptive to the energy that you're putting out. It kind of seems like they're another Three of Cups, and together with that, it's going to be harmonious, it's going to be resonant, it's going to make that Six of Cups. But I think that this person, and this is what we're trying to figure out, I think, is this person just kind of, are they able to kind of mold themselves into any shape that they might need in order for you to kind of fit in with them? Does that make sense? That they're becoming the person that they think you need them to be in order for you to feel like you got that, that Six of Cups. So in other words, they have this completely like, what is kind of like the Terminator, right? Was it the T-1000 or whatever? The liquid metal that can just kind of turn into whatever it needed at the time. It's hopefully not that kind of thing. But I feel that they can kind of shape their emotional energy in a way to accommodate you. And so in that way, we wonder, well, what does this person really feel? Are they just kind of agreeing with me? Is it really this harmonious? Are they really resonating with me that much? Or is this just something that they've kind of managed to adapt to you in that kind of way? Does that make sense? It almost feels like an inauthenticity to me. Okay? I don't know that it is. I feel like this is what you're trying to assess. You're doing your homework here. You're kind of meditating on this to see if this person really is really fitting with you, or if it's just, if they can they're the kind of person, because this is all water on the outside. This person can go into any situation and it'll seem like they totally belong there, And then they can go over here to this situation and it's like a chameleon kind of. They could totally blend in there and it seems like they belong over there. So who are they really? Who are they in themselves? What is their real Three of Cups? This isn't a Three of Cups. This is all this water energy. This is someone that's surrounded by water. That truth is inside. But they're surrounded by that water, and that water will take the shape of whatever vessel it's in. Right? Whatever the circumstances are, this person's going to be able to adapt and kind of change their shape in order to fit in. So what is their true shape? Okay. And I don't know if that's somebody that you're with now or somebody that you are interested in. We need a few more cards to see. We got a 3 of Swords. We might be looking at this situation in this particular way because of some things that happened to you in your past. Okay. The 3 of Swords is very often about our memory, and it's usually our memory of bad stuff, right? It's our memory of, that time that we did get screwed over, that time we got our heart broken, that time that we felt that pain, that time I fell off my bike. Now, every time I get on my bike, I think of that day, So we have to ask ourselves, is our current, I don't want to call it suspicion, but is our current kind of activity now, our assessment of this other person, who may be a Scorpio person, they may not be, is our assessment of that person based on facts, current, present day, reality, what you're kind of, the data that you're receiving right now today, or is it something that is kind of being prompted by some past event for you? Okay, so it's kind of like, are we being suspicious of somebody because it's actually warranted, or just because of what I've been through in my past? Now I'm suspicious of, basically I'm going to be suspicious of everybody, right? So we have to see what's going on with this. Okay, you're somebody that maybe forgives, but you don't forget. But this card is also underneath everything. So this might be kind of an unseen influence. You might not be aware that you're bringing this energy into this current, I don't want to call it a relationship, but into your current interaction with this person. And it doesn't have to be romantic. This could be a friend. This could be a family member. You could be thinking about this as a business opportunity, a job you're trying to get, or someone at work, or whatever. It could be a pet even. I don't know. It doesn't have to be romantic, but whatever this situation is, I think you're feeling that it's very harmonious, but you're kind of suspicious of that harmony. Is this real, or are they just kind of, are they changing their form in order to kind of, to trick me, essentially? Let's see what the next card is in the background. And we've got the Princess of Swords. I think the way you met this person was different. It was interesting. This was kind of something that almost had I don't know, maybe it had kind of it had almost I don't say a magical, beginning, but maybe magical. But I kind of feel it was like a weird coincidence, like we bumped into somebody, It wasn't that they just, found your Facebook and started contacting you, It was just kind of like a weird thing that it almost seems like serendipity. Okay, but that makes us even a little bit more suspicious. It's almost like everything is too perfect. There's too much synchronicity here. There's too much serendipity, and again, it makes us kind of suspicious, right? So I think that we're trying to protect ourselves, and again, this could be romantic, friends, it could be a family member, it could be a business thing, it could be a creative partner, it could be any kind of a financial deal, a business deal, something, right? Any of these things. It's water energy, feels romantic to me, okay? But doesn't have to be. But I feel like this is kind of, this is our defensiveness, that everything happened in this kind of weird, or I feel like it's kind of like a silly thing that happened. I don't know what exactly that feeling is, but we want to believe it, but at the same time, we're very cautious, and we're kind of always in a bit of a defensive posture in life right now. Okay. It even could be that this, I almost feel like maybe this began as some kind of a disagreement or something like that, because I feel like it's kind of a silly thing, but I don't know that it felt silly at the time, right? So I wonder if there was kind of like an argument, or there was a misunderstanding, and that's how you and this person met each other. There's the Ace of Cups, of course. We're looking at this as, this could be the beginning of really something absolutely wonderful, but maybe, I don't know, So I think we need to really Be aware of what's going on, especially back here, especially this. Because again, this is in the unconscious position. This is what is beneath the surface of your mind. And we might not know that we are bringing this energy into this situation. We're not so aware that we're bringing that to the table. Maybe you are now. Maybe we can see, oh yeah, I guess I kind of am, suspicious of these, of people in general, especially when this is something that feels so good, it feels right, it feels intimate, it feels like it could be really the beginning of something great. When your heart is this full and you're like, oh, this is what I've always wanted, that's kind of the moment where we worry that somebody's going to realize that we have that kind of desire right now. It's you go to buy a car, right? I always use this analogy. You go to buy a car, if the salesman can see that you're so happy and so eager and you just can't wait, they know they got you, right? Because you're so eager to buy a car, they can sell you anything by transforming into the one that can give you what you need. They can give you what you desire. And it's kind of, they're smart that way. Salespeople are geniuses, brilliant, right? I'm terrible at it. I tried it. I'm not good. They can sense what you need, and they can be that for you. And then you're sold, right? So that's why they say when you go to buy a car, you kind of act like you don't want it. Act like, meh, just looking. I don't think I really want one, And then it's kind of, it's more difficult for them to figure out what it is that you actually do want. And maybe you do feel it, that you want it that much in your heart, but you're not letting on, And that could really be part of the Princess of Swords too, playing a little hard to get, or keeping our emotions a little bit veiled. Yeah. Well, let's see what the future position has for us. Oh, the Eon. Judgment, rebirth, reawakening, baptism by fire. This is a very strong card. And this is a very kind of dangerous situation. This is the portal to the future. What you do in this situation really is going to change your life, whether it is in the affirmative or in the negative here. So this is not really an answer. This doesn't show me what the truth of the matter is, but I think this is very serious. I think you don't take a step through this doorway until you really try to get a clear, objective vision of what's going on. Okay? Because the decision you make right now is going to change your life forever. And once you go through this doorway, it's really difficult to go back. Okay? Going through this doorway is going to require you to sacrifice some things, to leave some things behind. Right? It's kind of, we're switching timelines here. We're jumping to a new dimension. We're hitching onto a new universe here through this card. Okay? But this card requires a decision. It requires your full consent to go through this. So maybe this is good, that this is what we're looking at. Maybe we're standing at this threshold and we're thinking, should I do it? Should I go through that door? Well, let's do a divine doorway affirmation card. These are such beautiful cards. Look at that doorway. That's beautiful. I don't know if that's upside down or not, to be honest with you. Let me show you that. Very beautiful card. It is right side up. And it says, the Odyssey. Take in the beauty of country lands and botany. Explore the wonder like a traveler's odyssey. Interesting. It's kind of, take in the beauty of country lands, but explore the wonder like a traveler's odyssey. In some ways, I kind of feel like this is, it's a big decision. It's going to change your life, but maybe we take that risk, Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down here. We're going to put Frankenduck right on top. If you have a prediction for that card, put it in the comments down below. If you have a name for Frankenduck, put that in the comments. I don't think I like Frankenduck. It doesn't seem to fit in well, but let's give him a name if you want. And we're going to talk about the path of the serpent. As we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription if you haven't subscribed yet. please do. It's free, doesn't cost anything. It really does help out the channel, and I really do appreciate that. All right. Kind of struggling on the channel. I don't know why that is, but the views are just kind of going down, 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 down. But I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be here. This is my job. This is my work. And this is where you can find me. So YouTube's going to just have to get used to it. Right. Let's talk about the general energy now on the path of the serpent. We've got the Three of Pentacles. You're not afraid of hard work. You're not expecting something to just be absolutely perfect. You're somebody that knows what it takes to make something work, whether it's a business partnership, a relationship, a friendship. You know what it takes, right? And if we think of this card as, hey, go take your Odyssey and enjoy, and enjoy the sights that you'll see. Well, you remember the Odyssey? You read that book? I used to read that book to our daughter when she was little. We had kind of an abridged version of it, but she loved it. I love it too, to this day. It's not the easiest journey. It's not a fun road trip. It's not a vacation, right? The Odyssey was treacherous. Yeah, Odysseus saw a lot of different places, but they were all kind of dangerous. It was all hard work. It was all a lot of scary stuff that he had to overcome to get to his final destination. So I think you're okay with that. I think you know that it's a lot of work and that there's a lot of moving parts. So that's not what you're afraid of. I think what you really are looking for is the authenticity. You want somebody who is real, who you know what their form is, and they're not just like a shapeshifter. Yeah. I like that we have the Three of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. So that tells me that you have this desire in you. You know what you want in life, whatever it is, whether it's romance or fun, if it's friends, if it's, traveling, maybe it is an odyssey, maybe it is a vacation, whatever it is. I think that the Prince of Cups represents the fulfillment of that desire. Okay? And what we have is the 3 to the 3. We have the emotional desire and the behavior that is manifesting it. See, now you're doing something in a positive sense to bring about the fulfillment of that 3 of Cups. You're putting yourself out there to find your 6 of Cups, right? So in other words, we're not just sitting back and waiting for people to come find us, waiting for the perfect job to find us, waiting for friends to come and suddenly, be our friends. We're not waiting for the fulfillment to come to us, that we're out there in the world and we're working it, we're doing it, we're meeting people, we're going places, we're doing things. We realize that it's through our efforts that we're going to achieve the fulfillment of our desires. No one's going to do it for us, right? And you're someone that really you like the hard work. You don't, maybe you don't like it, you don't mind it, but for you to really be on board with this, and I think make the decision to go through this fiery doorway, you need to be sure. You need your body, your heart, and your mind to be sure. And it's kind of like, I feel like your heart is in it, but I wonder if your mind is really on board. I feel like your mind is kind of the problem here. The one that's saying, wait. You want to do what? You want to go where? With who? It's kind of like that inner adult in us, and it's just like we can hear our parents' voice saying, wait. I don't know this person. I don't know where they live. How are you going to get there? So we're kind of thinking in those terms because your heart, let's say your heart and your body really, really want it, but then there's that mental portion that just says, wait a second, slow down, hold the horses. But then we got the 2 of Cups. See, it's the heart that really is... I feel like the heart is recognizing that this could be that partnership, that one-on-one, that connection that you really, really do want. This is the card of love. This is the card that says your heart is kind of set on this thing, person, whatever, place, job, friend, whatever it is. Your heart is rather set on it. But then what we see with the astrology here, we've got Mercury in Cancer, but over here we have Venus in Cancer. Venus in Cancer is kind of just like, I cannot help myself but to fulfill my desires. right? And this is just, you have that kind of, that Venus energy that is propelling you toward this desire, but then we get Mercury here and we start saying, wait a minute, we're evaluating something a little bit more. We're trying to communicate. We're trying to invoke that higher wisdom to show us what's real. Not our intellect. Your intellect is like this. It's like a little kid that's just like, I want it, but I'm scared. I don't know. These are the different options. What if this happens? What if that happens? What if that happens? It's not the mind that's going to figure it out. We're trying to invoke that higher wisdom. We're saying, can I have a sign? Can you show me if this is where I'm supposed to go, what I'm supposed to do, or should I go through this doorway and take this risk with this person, with this friend, with this job, whatever. But the Two of Cups in the environment, well, it's kind of irresistible, okay? And it still doesn't necessarily mean romance, okay? I can hear everybody kind of groaning, but it doesn't mean romance. But what we've got now is the Prince of Wands. Things started out as a Prince of Cups. Now we're worried it's going to be a Prince of Wands. We're worried, first of all, we're going to get burned. We're worried, second of all, that this person, once we do kind of make this commitment or go through this big doorway, make this big decision and do something, get into a relationship or a partnership or become entangled with that person, which even if that just means that you form a bond with them, you get close to them or you let them get close to you, we feel like suddenly then they're going to turn into something else. They're going to go from exactly what we want to now the opposite, fire to, water to fire. And that by that process, we're going to get burned. And this is the card that's in the position of the worries, the obstacle. Okay. Some people say this is the hopes and fears. Well, yeah, I mean, it could be. It's not so different than the obstacle or even the card that we don't want. If we say that this is the hope position, which I don't usually call this the hope position, but if it is the hope, then it might be the hope that this partnership, if we form that intimate bond with this person, place, or thing, that it's going to really spark or fuel our passion and our creativity. That it's going to be this idea of two separate and whole individuals coming together and creating something that is transcendent, creating something that neither of you could do on your own, but together. It's unstoppable, right? So I think that's kind of the hope, yeah, but I think the worry is that we're going to get burned and this person is going to turn out to be the exact opposite of what they're presenting because we're not sure of their true form yet. What's the final outcome? What's the next card? Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is, in a lot of ways, the mental energy following the will of the heart. Okay? So it's good to have a plan. It's good to have a blueprint. It's good to try to organize our mind, organize our thoughts. It's good to make a pros and cons list. It's good to have all these fears, worries, and concerns, right? If you are just totally on board with this and had no reservations, I'd be like, hey, slow down. Where are you going? Who are you going there with? I don't know their parents, So it's good that you have doubts. It's good that you have worries and concerns and suspicions. We don't want to always act on those because we don't know the validity of those. We don't know if those are facts or just our suspicions, but it's good that we have those, right? But the Six of Swords is, in a lot of ways, it's that travel by water. So it is the Odyssey, right? It's going on that Odyssey. This is a card that says we follow our heart, but we take all the swords cards with us. We follow that water energy, but we take the air. In other words, we're following our intuition, we're following our heart, we're following our desire, but I'm bringing my rational mind with me. I'm bringing all these suspicions with me because I need those weapons on this boat, right? And it's much better even in the, I don't know that I have, it's in there somewhere. The Six of Swords in the Rider-Waite-Smith shows someone on a boat with their swords being ferried off down the river. And so we're taking a chance, but we're being smart about it. I'm not just blindly following my heart. I'm doing so in a rational way. I'm doing so aware of all the risks, aware, fully informed, as much as I can be, holding on to all these questions I have and all these suspicions, in order to protect myself. Yeah. Let's look at the mystery card. See what Frankenduck's been sitting on here. I'd like for you to come up with a name for that. That Halloween duck. I don't like Frankenduck. Reminds me too much of like turducken or something, which is I don't know even what that is. Anyway, mystery card. This might kind of show us one way or the other of something. It might show us another factor, and again, factor infinite and unknown, right? I'm not gonna predict this one. I don't know what it's gonna be. I'll let you make a prediction if you want to put something down in the comments. Let's see. The Magician. Well, of course. The Magician is, one, your ability to make decisions, and, well, really it's the Mercury energy. So this is the higher wisdom that we were asking for in the Three of Cups, right? Because this is Mercury in Cancer. So we were looking for that higher wisdom. We're not asking our intellect or our rational mind, what should I do? If we ask ourselves that, the mind is going to take an infinite number of years trying to figure it out. It's got to get all the calculators out and all the slide rules and all the protractors and compasses and stuff, and it's going to take forever to decide. So we're not asking our left brain, we're not asking our intellect, we're asking that higher wisdom, that divine wisdom. Is this part of my path? Is this something that I should do? The Magician card is saying that you always have the power to redirect your life. If you don't like where this ship is going, you steer the ship somewhere else. You've got that kind of autonomy and that kind of sovereignty. This is also a card that says we're all kind of adaptable. We all kind of change our form depending on who we're with and what we're doing and where we are, right? So we have this suspicion about this other person, but part of it is realizing that they're just a human being like everybody else. And if we're projecting a lot of our past stuff onto them, we have to be aware of that, because it doesn't mean that it's true, right? So we have to be aware that everybody is a shapeshifter, that we are all wearing masks, right? And that maybe we're all on this journey of trying to discover our true form, which I kind of feel like is that Fool card, right? That's our true form. And the Magician is all of the various masks that we wear to cover that true form. And maybe this is just one of those situations, okay? So we've got to really, we've got to be aware of all these things before you make a big decision, before you do something that you can't undo, okay? We are going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, there's a link up top. There's one down below. New readings for Gemini, Monday and Friday, 6 a.m. Chicago time. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Totally free. Doesn't cost you anything. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from, especially if this is your first time here. Please let me know. I would love to hear from you. Everybody's welcome. The more the merrier, right? I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.